Good morning, friends. Today we are going to have a session on soft skills training, and specifically, we are going to talk about AC of soft skills framework. Why do today's companies, corporate sectors, government, non government organizations, public undertaking units, public sector units, and all are talking about soft skills training? If it is a soft skills training, then what is the other one that is called hard skills training? So, for the past many decades, even centuries, when we started about livelihood, earning, in the primitive age, people, human being, Homo sapiens, they lived in natural inhabitants, that is, forests. We used to do hunting and gathering. Then came the era of agriculture because of some sort of fire in the forest. The things were, the eatables were cooked, and when people ate those cooked foods, they found them tasty. They cut the forests and started growing crops or eatables, foods, cereals. And the era of agriculture came into existence. Slowly, some of the intellectuals among the tribal communities amongst human beings, they could find some sort of minerals, or they did some sort of innovations. Wheel came into existence. First, they used wooden logs. When they tried to move it on the ground with less effort, they could take the things from one place to other by rolling them. Then the concept of wheel manufacturing came. Again, the weapons were made out of stones, bones, and later on, some minerals were found, bronze, with a mixture of copper and zinc or some sort of things like that. And likewise came iron. The era of industry came into existence, and the technology started getting developed. From the hunting and gathering era till the industrial era, the importance of some sort of skills in which technical know how, or in scientific term or in developed terminology, we can call it hard skills engineering technology. So, when they wanted to do something manually to make their lives easy, how to make wheels, how to make ploughing and agricultural tools. They needed specific knowledge, special knowledge, expertise in those fields. And those set of knowledges were called technologies, technical know how, and the technical skill was developed, and later on that was called hard skills, earned through regular practice, experiences, then came into academia in the form of written or oral or some sort of like that theories came out. So the theories were developed after having practical experiences on the things they had been doing to make their lives easy. That was technical know how. So then came the theory. From one generation to next generation, those theories, those formulas were passed through, and they used to tell the other generation. Till now, the writing tools were not developed, papers or writing on leaves. Later on, some intellectuals among the human being Homo sapiens started writing on tree leaves, especially palm leaves, and those were preserved. Some scripts were written on the skins of animals. Some scriptures are available on the stones in the form of inscriptions with sharp tools made of bones or strong stones. The inscriptions were carved, marked on the stones, pillars, and likewise. Then came the era of information. Information was gathered, and those informations were transferred in the form of ideologies, datas. There came the existence of soft skills. A technical person, a medicines person, a singer, or whoever, when wanted to transfer the knowledge from one generation to other generation, or from one place to other place, from one group to other group, from father to son, son to grandson, they started communicating. And what is communication? Animals also communicate, but that is in the form of sounds, body language. And then came the words. Sounds were converted into symbols. Symbols were joined together, and some sort of meanings were discovered, and then sentence came into existence. Initially, the sounds were converted into symbols, some sort of indications, pictures, form of letters, scripts, And later on, sentences were formed to convey the idea a person, an individual has or had in his or her mind. The same thought concept was to be transferred from one person to other person, from one group to other group. Then a sort of medium was required, and that medium, whether it was verbal or non-verbal or written, then came in existence called communication. Communication was the first soft skills, one of the first soft skills. Then set of soft skills were developed. Why? Suppose a technician does a job perfectly, very nicely, but when he was or she was asked how the job was done, or he or she wanted to get the job done from other colleagues, the communication was required. Initially, the communication might have been very harsh through abusive languages or whatever the language they had, the daily day to day languages, the words, somehow they could transfer from one to other. Some people liked and continue learning, some couldn't, they left learning. And the concept was developed, why not to make communication or the skills to supplement for complementing the hard skills, whatever the skills are already earned through hard work. If those skills are not supported by some sort of soft skills, the productivity will never be achieved, which was or which is supposed to be. In industries, workers, technicians used to manufacture, used to produce. But because of the lack of communication skills and inability to understand the emotions of the other person and using harsh techniques, either by physical abuses, oral abuses, punishments, physical harms, those were used. But after certain period, those were fired back. The laborers, the workers could realize that their meal owners have been exploiting them. Came concept of unity and struggle. The workers, the technicians, the artisans started getting closer, united. And then need was felt that there must be leadership quality developed in the ownership, the people who are supervising, and those who are responsible to get the production enhanced. Then some people could speak well, communicate well, used sympathy, empathy, emotional intelligence, and came three aspects called ACE of soft skills. A stands for attitude, C for communication, and E for somewhere you will find emotional intelligence, but in other words, it is actually etiquette. Attitude is why to do a job, why to perform an action. Attitude gives the answer of why. Communication gives the answer of what. What is to be done, that is to be written, that was to be written or expressed verbally. This is what the job of communication. What is to be done, and comes the third one, that is etiquette, also called emotional intelligence. So, etiquette gives the answer of how the action is to be performed, how the productivity will be enhanced, how the job will be done. So, when we have the answer of why, what, and how, the function of a company, of an organization, of a nation, of a state, of a society, and the globe started becoming smooth. And then other companies, other organizations, the nations started feeling the necessity of soft skills. So it was inherited or developed by a few people, and then came the concept of soft skills training. All the skills cannot be developed through training. Some are untrainable. That means those skills are induced in the individuals during their childhood, in the houses where they are born, in the community they live, with the people they interact with. Those are the set skills we'll discuss later on, which cannot be trained. But majority of the skills can be acquired through training. And these three things, AC, attitude, communication, and etiquette, can be acquired, can be enhanced, can be modified through training, and the training is to be proper and from the experienced people. Thank you so much. I'm Lal Mohan Rajak, soft skills trainer, author come motivational speaker. Thank you so much.